John.
And I'm Nancy.
And we are J&N
J&N
Travels. Well, welcome to another Wednesday news story day and a little bit of travel talk.
That's
so
right.
welcome in and thank you for joining us today on another
Beautiful Wednesday.
90-degree day, would you say,
Yes.
on here?
Yeah,
3 in a row now?
Close to 90. Yeah, beautiful.
It is. It is very beautiful. So there's not much new, right, going on? You're working, I'm working, we're getting rained on, we're getting thunderstorms, that's all day, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So that's good. So let us go in. Let's quickly just say hello to Maxwell Smart, who
Hello, Maxwell
joined
Smart.
us, and Mariah Hyatt. Thank you
Hi,
very
Mariah.
much for coming in.
That's a pretty name.
So let's just jump right into the news. There's a lot of little news tidbits, and I have to pick and choose from them because there's so much out there right now. So let's bring up our current travel news stories. And our first news story is dozens of tourists fined after police see sand and shells.
Wow. Oh, that's pretty.
I think we touched on this story months ago, and it's actually happening again. So I thought it was interesting to start off our news with this. So Italian police have seized more than 200 pounds of sand, stones, and shells stolen from the beaches of Sardinia last year, dishing out fines to dozens of tourists who took them as souvenirs.
Oh.
The items were returned to the beaches that were taken from. The Italian island's white sand is protected, and tourists face hefty fines and even jail time for removing it from local beaches.
Wow.
Police said 41 people have been fined in connection with the sand and shell thefts. The penalties issued range from $600 to $3,650.
Hefty.
It's a big amount, huh?
Yes.
Beaches with incredible colored sand, pink sand, or very white sand are particularly vulnerable to being targeted. In September 2020, a French tourist was ordered to pay $1,216 fine for attempting to fly out of Sardinia with more than 4 pounds of local sand.
Oh my goodness. I didn't know they had pink sand.
No, neither did I. We're always familiar with it with Bermuda.
Just Bermuda, but I didn't realize that on Sardinia they had pink sand at some of their beaches. That's very interesting.
And a French couple was threatened with jail time in 2019, so probably just before the pandemic, after 14 plastic bottles, soda bottles, I guess they were, containing around 88 pounds of white sand were found in their car as they waited to board the ferry. Now, if anyone has to worry, it's you. The way you grab sea glass and seashells and
I do.
sand.
I love the seashells and sand.
It sounds like you get a lot more serious from it. So
I have a lot of my last few trips. I have taken coral.
Yeah, that was very coral.
So I've got some pieces of coral from places that I've been.
The funny thing is, these are the local authorities. You've brought those on the cruise ships, and we never had a problem.
No,
they just go by. You don't have to check in the bag. So
I've got a few pieces of coral, which I absolutely love. They're gorgeous, and I have them on my bay window, and it looks really pretty because they're very unique looking, and I love them.
Welcome in, Family Travel and Excursions.
Hi, Family Travel and Excursions.
Paul Vines.
Hi, Paul Vines.
And the Juma Brown. Welcome in, guys.
Juma Brown, welcome.
Okay, so that is the seashell theft story.
Yeah, and we have an interesting story about.
Next one is mediation collapses. And a lot of you probably have already heard this story, but it's worth repeating since it's a hot item right now going on. Well, they went to court. The judge told the CDC and the governor of Florida that he did not want to make a decision to go to mediation. So they went to mediation and basically could not agree on anything.
Oh, no.
So they came out to read the story exactly. The Florida lawsuit against the CDC to allow cruises to restart has still not been decided.
Oh, wow.
And the new development, the mediation that the judge ordered in May, has now collapsed. The CDC and the state of Florida, backed by Alaska and Texas, have not been able to resolve their differences, mainly about the conditional sailing order, which includes requirements for vaccinated and unvaccinated passengers and crew. This is not the end, and maybe by the time the hope and by, I think this is going back to court very soon to the judge. The judge is going to have to make a decision. So they're kind of hoping these ships are going to start sailing by then, and maybe it'll be a moot point. But that's where we're at with that judge thing. All right. You guys are my favorite. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Mr. Kenneth, thank you for joining us.
How goes the job search for you? Any bites?
Yeah, Kenneth is a recent graduate from his mechanic school.
Mechanic school.
Barefoot and AK. AK. Thank you very much, In.
Barefoot and AK.
Mr. Danny, thank you for coming in. Danny just returned from like a
Colorado.
I want to say 19. Well, no, he did a big trip and just got back. I'm hoping on his Saturday show he's probably going to go into the trip itself.
I look forward to that then.
And Larry, thank you.
Hi,
I got
Larry.
a couple actually Canadian stories for you today, Larry. Larry's just been waiting to break out of Canada.
I hope it won't be too long, Larry.
Okay, next story is the NHL. Here's your first story, Larry. NHL Canada reached travel agreement. The National Hockey League, and a lot of people have been wondering about this. I know I have as a hockey fan on what's going to happen here.
Okay.
The National Hockey League and the Canadian government have reached an agreement that will allow players on the U.S.-based teams to cross into Canada and players on the Canadian-based teams to cross into America for the final 2 rounds of the Stanley Cup playoffs. The league made the announcement on Sunday. The border shared by the U.S. and Canada has been closed for more than a year because of the pandemic. Currently, the Canadian government requires all foreign travelers to quarantine for 14 days upon arrival, and the NHL has been negotiating with the government officials to accommodate the final 2 rounds of the postseason. There are only 2 teams based in Canada remaining in the playoffs, and they are currently playing each other in the second round. It's Winnipeg versus Montreal. The winner of the series will head to the semifinal rounds against the winner of Las Vegas, Colorado series. NHL teams coming to the U.S. will be able to play in Canada, but are subject to enhanced health protocols, including the arrival on a private plane, daily testing, living in a modified quarantine bubble, and no contact with the general public. Everyone was wondering how they're going to do that, you know.
Yeah.
So they're making a special exception, which you figure if they do an exception like this for the hockey, they're going to start making these different exceptions. I wouldn't even doubt you'd see ports opening up before the year ends. Let's see. Okay. Our next news item is, now we move to the cruising realm. There's a lot of little cruising tidbits going on, a lot of starts coming up and new itineraries coming out. Carnival Cruise Line restarts from Galveston. Let's blow that up a little bit. Okay. Carnival Cruise Line confirmed its plans to restart from the port of Galveston, Texas on July 3rd aboard the Carnival Vista, followed by the return of sailings aboard the Carnival Breeze on July 15th. The cruises are available for passengers who have received the final dose of the vaccine at least 14 days before the beginning of the voyage. So they have to be fully vaccinated, obviously.
Yeah.
And they have to have proof of vaccination. The other cruise ship and port identified for the July restart, the Horizon from Florida's Port Miami. Okay, so there's 2 Carnivals going from Texas, and there's one supposedly going from Miami, which is a Horizon. Carnival continues to work with both the CDC and the state of Florida for the Horizon voyages and plans to provide an update concerning protocols specific to the sailings to all booked passengers. Now, you asked me how can they have 2 sailings in Texas when Texas isn't allowing them to check for vaccination either. Well, the cruise line, I think it's a cruise line, found a loophole. And yeah, in the state law, it says if it is a law, if it's a law that's protected by the government, in other words, the CDC is the one who made this law, then they're allowed to check for the.
Oh, I see.
Which Florida doesn't have that one.
No,
and the governor of Florida is just playing hardball. So that's where that whole thing comes in. Let's see. Okay. Welcome in, Brian NASCAR.
Hi, Brian.
2022. Other few just tuned in when they did the NHL, but they're allowing the Canadians to come down here and us to go up there to finish the hockey playoffs.
Wonder if Brian has any concerts.
Thanks for coming in, Tommy Dodson.
Hi, Tommy Dodson. I wonder if Brian has any concerts coming up.
Yeah, he's still, I don't think he's playing out there.
No, not yet.
Brian's in a band, and he's been limited with the pandemic.
Yeah.
And it'd be interesting to see. Hey, KO Sketches, thank you for coming in.
Oh, KO.
You know, we were just talking about you. She did a great picture of us, which we have. In fact, I was going to send you an email today, but since you're there, I'm going to tell you.
Yeah.
We just received it yesterday, and
awesome.
we'll show it. I'm going to hold it up on Sunday, on Sunday's Live.
Yeah, it is fantastic. I can't believe you're self-taught. You're so professional. The picture was so beautiful.
She does
It's
great
very,
work. If you
very
want to see her
clever.
sketches, go over to her site, KO
Yeah,
Sketches.
you're very talented.
Let's see. Okay. Going Green Raid.
Hey, Going Green.
Thank you. Oh, welcome in, Going Green, Mom. Thank you very much for joining us. She's going crazy through her house like we are. We're going back and forth with her.
Yeah, cleaning. Yeah, the decluttering. Yes.
It's kind of funny, huh?
Yes.
All right. Next news story, Nance, is MSC. So we touched on Carnival. Now MSC cruise resuming sailings from Miami in August. So here's another one, which we're going to find out what's going to happen with this. MSC Cruises has announced when they will resume cruises from U.S. ports, and the sailings will be both vaccinated and non-vaccinated cruises. This is kind of funny. Some of these cruise lines are going to do a mixture. Mm-hmm. And they've actually gotten permission from the CDC to have spots on the ship that are vaccinated and non-vaccinated. Can you imagine how they're going to try and control that if they did that? We'll sail simulated. So they're going to sail a simulated cruise on the Meraviglia on July 17th, and the cruise ship will start offering cruises out of Miami on August 2nd.
August 2nd, okay.
So that's around the corner.
Yeah.
The vessel will sail 3-4 night cruises for the first month, and then go to week-long cruises on September 18th. A second MSC ship, and this is the one we were looking into if we were going to go down to Florida. The MSC Divina will begin sailing from Port Canaveral on cruises on both cruise ships. Both cruise ships will stop at the cruise line's private island in the Bahamas, Ocean Cay MSC Marine Reserve. That's their version of a private island. Cruises open for bookings on June 16th. We've been
that's
trying to pick
That's coming up very soon.
We've been trying to pick people's brains on MSC.
And we heard some.
We haven't heard anything great.
No.
And the stuff you read online is very negative with the food.
And entertainment, right? Wasn't it the food and entertainment?
Well, the one I just watched, which was someone I think that was on a MSC cruise within the last month.
Okay.
Or even 2 weeks, they were really putting down the food.
Really?
Yeah. They didn't say anything about the entertainment on that one.
If people are not complaining about the food, that's easy to fix.
That's right.
The ship looked beautiful. I mean, it looks so Mediterranean, and it just looks so beautiful. So I would love just to even tour it.
I know. I hear you. Family Travels, thanks for joining us.
Family Travels.
Let's see. Brian says, I have a Luke Bryan live concert tickets for July 10th.
Oh, Luke Bryan. He's awesome.
And where's that?
Yeah, where's that, Brian?
It's not the one up here in New Hampshire, right? It must be Massachusetts. He's going to see the show.
Probably.
KO Sketches, you are so sweet.
You are good.
We just appreciate the work.
We really appreciate it. And I can't believe you finally got this guy to smile. That's real talent.
Yeah, there's a story to that. We were laughing about that comment you made on the video. That because my family always tells me they can't get a picture of me smiling. So it's pretty funny. I'm sure they're going to laugh out of that when they watched it.
Yeah. Your mom loved it. Your mom loved the sketch. We're actually smiling. Yeah, that is real talent. I look just like him. I can't get over it. I can't. That was beautiful.
Okay, let's see.
Very well done.
Our next news story is the Epcot International Food and Wine Festival kicks off next month. So this year's, look at them drinking already with the Mickey ears on. With new marketplaces, entertainment, and more. The 2021 edition of the Epcot International Food and Wine Festival is set to kick off in just a few weeks on July 15th. So I think TJ will be back by then, won't he? He's down there now.
Oh, he's down there now.
Yeah,
okay.
So he won't get to do that. But I guess he's part of the garden. The Garden Festival is going on right now. The Wine and Food Festival starts just 5 days after the end of the Flower and Garden Festival, which ends this year on July 5th, 2021. In addition to returning fan favorites, global marketplaces, there will be new booths this year in Morocco, the American Adventure, and elsewhere in the park, starting in July, with even more marketplaces added in the fall.
Oh, good.
So that's kind of neat. This year's festival will run a record 129 days through November 20th, 2021. This year's event will also feature plenty of entertainment options and will include performances by park favorites, the Voice of Liberty, Mariachi Cobra, and the Jammin' Chefs. we did a thing on our last live, I think, that there's a great price right now on hotels down in Disney too, if you go during the summer. So anyone's thinking of Disney vacation, there's a lot to look forward to down there right now.
We're going to be pleasantly surprised when we go back to Disney because there's so many new things
Oh, I
that
know.
we've missed out on after not being there for 10 years.
Okay, hold on, I missed a few here.
Plump Travelers, I see him. Hi, Plump Travelers.
Yeah, I acknowledged him already,
said that,
but-
yes.
There's a Vizzo in here somewhere,
Oh.
and I apologize if I skip by anyone. Raphael, I think I saw you in here, so welcome in.
Hi, Ralph. Hope you're doing well.
He's out of solitary now, and he's
Yeah.
home, and how are you enjoying your freedom, Raphael?
Yeah.
Let's see.
Did you get your taste or smell back yet?
Oh,
Hopefully
that's
you
right.
did.
He is still suffering from that,
Yeah.
wasn't he?
I hope you did. I know it takes a long time. I know with people that I've talked to, it takes a long time.
BFLO, Becky, I missed them. They just came over from their live. We always
Oh.
watch a little of their live before ours goes
Yeah.
live, and they're so kind to bring over some of their people with them. Thank you very much, Roy and Becky.
Thank you, Roy and Becky. We appreciate you.
It was funny. I got to tell you something, Roy and Becky. We were watching the
that's
show.
funny, yeah.
Or my wife had stepped out,
I didn't
and
watch
you
it,
guys were
but-
talking about bringing one outfit somewhere, and I'm thinking, how can they bring one outfit? I didn't know if it was a cruise, a vacation, a night out. And then
You're
as
gonna
we're
keep
listening,
washing
there
that
was
outfit in
I think it was it was like a reenactment.
Yeah, you know you.
So we got quite a laugh out of that.
Yeah. That's cool you're doing a reenactment. They do one in our town too, but we never participated, but it looked fun.
Yep. Adventures in Xanadu. Thank you for
Adventures in
coming in. Hey
Xanadu.
guys, so weird time with the vaccine, no mask, no vaccine. Really, it's just no mask. We are glad to be vaccinated, but still wearing it. We do the exact same thing. And some stores you feel uncomfortable, and some
Yeah,
you don't.
yeah.
It's very strange. My work just got rid of the social spacing.
Yeah,
And this doesn't make any sense to me. Social spacing, and you're going to have 100 people in the room now, but you have to wear a mask.
you have to wear a mask.
So you would think that it was tied in, right? That
Yeah.
you do it all, you kind
Yeah.
of, you still,
We're still wearing masks at my work.
yeah. Welcome in, Edna.
Hi, Edna. You're
She
back
got-
from
She got back, I think,
Jamaica.
last week or so from Jamaica.
Yeah. Glad you had a safe trip and a safe return.
She was involved in throwing a 25th birthday party. I sent to her. I wish she was around when I was 25. It was quite the
Quite the spread.
spread.
Wow.
Yeah, see, there's Raphael. I didn't see him earlier.
He's hiding in there.
Okay. We would very much appreciate it. Larry can always count on you to throw that in there. Thumbs up would always appreciated. Okay, Raphael said his smell is back.
Oh, good.
Okay, and he's doing great.
Good. I'm glad to hear that. Awesome.
Larry's still waiting for a second dose. Do you have an appointment for that, Larry, or is that something you're just waiting to hear? There's Kenneth. I missed in the chat. It didn't get tagged. Thank you, Kenneth. Kenneth is our newest. Actually, is he flagged over there? Yeah, he's our newest French moderator.
Oh, he's a moderator now. Oh, good.
And
Thank
actually,
you for being a moderator, Kenneth.
I wanted to put together a list.
Yeah.
Thank all our moderators. Of course, I don't have that in front of me. I'll do that for the next show on Sunday.
Yeah, we'll do it Sunday.
Okay, Larry said that his no appointment yet. First dose was May 11th. Okay. I know a lot of people are getting them up in Canada now, so hopefully they'll send you some. And I've heard of people who have gotten it who weren't expecting it, and all of a sudden they're getting something out of the blue saying they could come in. So
That's good.
hopefully, Larry. Okay, so our next news item is a SeaWorld issue. So everyone's been going crazy with these haunted type of things. You know, Universal started and Disney and Six Flags and all them. SeaWorld Orlando announces a first ever Howl O Scream to debut in 2021.
What's it called?
Howl, like Howl O Scream.
How?
SeaWorld Orlando announced that for the first time this fall, the park will play host to the Howl O Scream event on select nights for Friday, September 10th through Sunday, October 31st. In this inaugural event, guests can expect haunted houses, scare zones, roaming haunts, fright shows, monster coasters in the dark, and haunting experiences.
Ooh.
In addition to the Howl O Scream, at night, SeaWorld will still play host to the family-friendly Halloween Spooktacular during the day, which features trick-or-treating for kids of all ages.
Oh, I could do trick-or-treating.
That's kind of nice, huh?
I always liked Halloween.
We haven't been to SeaWorld in a while either, have we?
No, last time we went, it was 10 years ago.
Okay. Our next, Larry, here's another Canada story. So we get two today. That could be, I think we had three once.
Okay.
One once. Canada reportedly considering easing U.S. travel restrictions. Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau is reportedly preparing to ease border restrictions for fully vaccinated travelers. Trudeau and other health officials within the Canadian government are planning to ease the current 14-day isolation period for tourists who have received 2 vaccine doses. The updated restrictions are expected to be announced in the coming days, with travelers entering Canada still being required to test negative before arrival and possible quarantine for a much shorter period of time. They were doing it for 14 days. Now they're talking like maybe 2 or 3 days. Canada is reportedly considering a June 22nd start date to begin loosening restrictions at the U.S. border, as long as the country's vaccination campaign stays on its current pace. So now you get your shot, you could be waiting right at the U.S. border. Trying to think which of these channels are in the northern part of the state. They could meet them at the border.
Yeah.
But that's great, huh?
Yeah, it is.
So that's very fresh news. Let's see. Oh, our pleasure. And I would like to I do not have the list in front of me. That's my bad. I will have it on Sunday and next Wednesday. But I wanted to make a personal thanks to all our moderators. So I'm going to make a general one right now for all the mods who have helped us out all this time. Here's Sherry, another one.
Yep.
Welcome in, Sherry.
Hi, Sherry.
Check her out. Help her out with her watch hours if you can.
She's going on a trip fairly soon.
Oh.
Right?
Hands full, heart full.
Oh,
welcome in.
They're kind of our neighbors, right?
No.
No, those aren't the ones?
No, they're down Carolinas, I think.
Okay. Got them confused with someone else. Well, welcome in. So, you're the ones with all the kids that you adopted, right? Yeah. That's wonderful.
Yeah, they were down, trying to think now where it was. It was Disney World or whatever.
Yeah,
all down
I saw that
with a well-behaved group.
I know. What a good-looking family.
Okay, let's see. Oh, welcome in, Jonathan Shorts.
Hi, Jonathan.
From the Six Traveling Shorts.
The Six Traveling Shorts.
I had heard rumors, and Jonathan, tell me if I'm correct. Do you have a family cruise, or like a big family cruise coming up? I thought I had heard something on one of the chats. Yeah, North Carolina. He says, yeah, all the kids.
If they go to Bermuda, are they called the Bermuda Shorts?
They probably are. I'm sure that joke's been using them, but if not, it can be used. No, if not, they can use it, right? Okay. Thanks for the kind words. Yeah, I give credit to all you guys out there with that give back to children like that.
Oh, I know. It's wonderful. Not everybody can do that, so.
Okay, so Jonathan Short, where did he just jump? Where did he jump? There he is. Okay, Jonathan, July 21st on the Mardi Gras. Okay.
Oh.
Now, did I hear this wrong, Jonathan, or is that the inaugural cruise too? Boy, that would be a bonus. But he's going, I think, with his whole extended family or something,
really?
A big group of them.
Sounds wonderful.
Larry follows 500 channels, very difficult to remember. Yeah, I know. And then you try and match up the names and remember where they're from.
Yeah,
and the videos you saw.
I get confused, but I do remember that Heartful Handful. I saw the video with all their lovely family.
Raphael
nice.
says they're going on a big group. What if he calls that a group cruise? Let's Let's see, any other notes here? So he's saying, Jonathan's saying hello, hello, hello to different people. I think I missed anyone. Okay. We move from Canada and we go to, oh, we're getting right to the end here. We have two more news stories. This, I thought people who like to camp would like this story. I thought it was a cute story. And this story is a man converted a World War II era Navy airplane into an RV.
Oh, really?
That kind of cool?
Yeah. Oh, wow. Look at that.
Look at that. And
Wow.
it's legal. That's the
I was
funny
going to
thing.
ask you that. That was my next question.
It's complete with a vintage pilot intercom system. The guy's name is Lucci. So we'll go. Lucci gave a look at how he repurposed the plane and other aircraft and vehicle parts to make a 300 square foot legally certified motorhome, which he used to travel across the country with his family. Lucci said he bought the plane for the cost of a used car, so pretty cheap, huh?
Yeah, I was wondering how much that cost as well. So you answered my question.
He said in 2018, his son found someone selling the airplane and he bought the plane, a Douglas DC-3 aircraft that was used by the U.S. Navy in World War II because it was small enough to fit on the roads as a vehicle. The RV is almost entirely made of vintage. Well, it's almost entirely the vintage plane. Okay,
wow. So the RV is basically the vintage plane.
Lucci spent about 1 year completing the RV. Inside the vehicle, he has installed parts from a variety of old planes, such as light switches, intercom system, and a decorative, non-functional co-pilot steering wheel.
Wow.
Lucci also revamped the area that was once the plane's cockpit and is now the vehicle's dashboard. He added that the original airplane pilot intercom system still works. Lucci also extended the kitchen area of the plane and added a microwave, stove oven, and fridge. Behind the kitchen is a living area, and in the bathroom there's an airplane sink and faucet. Finally, the back area is a bedroom with 2 twin beds and a bathtub.
Sounds very spacious.
So that's the outside, obviously, and that is fully legal.
Wow.
That's him building it.
Oh, wow. Look at that.
Imagine the work on that.
I know. It took him a year?
Only a year to do that.
Wow. That's incredible.
Yeah, and then this is the inside. So you got the stove and stuff on here on the right.
Some people are so talented and creative. That was a very creative venture.
And through this open area, there's your bedroom with the 2 beds.
That is so cool.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
That was cool.
Nice job, Lucci.
Lucci, good old Lucci. Let's see. Mariah Hyatt, I have my old videos back to 2019 to 2021 videos. Oh, that's nice.
Nice.
Sherry's watching while she's working. Sherry, do you know this? You probably can't even type in at this point, but has your business like skyrocketed right now?
Yeah,
I imagine it's going through the roof with people booking.
So. People booking, yeah. People who have credits out there want to use them up too.
Well, the thing I was wondering too, is if you are pretty set on if you want all vaccine crews, right, and or non-vaccine or whatever like that, if you can request that, if any of your TAs out there can answer that, if you can request a vaccine cruise, or if they don't even list that, then you just have to take your chances.
That's a good question.
Larry says, being an AV geek, very cool.
Oh.
That's amazing. Okay, wow. Just sourcing the pot. I know, you're right. Sourcing the pots. And our last news item is something new, is Nancy is going to do Bug of the Week.
Oh, Bug of the Week,
We came across something that is considered fairly rare and decided Nancy wanted to show you guys this.
Read this. So this is a Luna moth, and Luna moths only live about a week, and because of this, they're rarely seen. And we were very fortunate to have seen 2 of these rare, beautiful creatures, which are considered to be endangered. I haven't seen a Luna moth in years, many, many, many years, and my husband's never seen one. And we had 2 outside. We were both awake. It was 1:30 in the morning, and our spotlight came on, and we saw these big green things flying around. And so I got my camera out and took some pictures.
Yeah, and this is something that just happened 2 nights ago. We were getting very humid weather. We looked out, and on the patio, it had triggered actually the motion detector on the spotlight. Yeah. And there were 2 of these flying around. And So Nancy did a little bit of research, and like she said, we thought it was bouncing up and down right on the ground.
Yeah, they were
We
both
thought it was
bouncing.
eating or drinking. And
Yeah, I thought I thought it was eating something from the ground. Little did I know they're not eating or drinking.
Right.
They don't eat or drink, and they're only going to live 1 week.
so they're a caterpillar, right? And then when they turn to they store up the food and drink, the water, and then they turn to a moth that's in the picture.
Yeah.
And at that point, they don't eat or drink,
They
right?
don't eat or drink, right? And they
That's
only
1
live
week
about
and then they die.
7 to 10 days, it says, at the most 10 days.
So that may have been a
And
one and only
I
time.
don't know if they were, the two of them were flying around like crazy. So I just was very fortunate to see them because I think they're beautiful.
Yeah, really cool.
I really do.
So I don't know, have
pretty.
any of you guys ever seen a
Luna
Luna moth before?
Yeah. This is only my second time seeing a Luna moth.
And my first.
And his first, yeah.
And that's the news for today.
Yep, so that's our bug of the week.
The bug of the week.
That's a cute bug. Those are the kind of bugs I want to see.
That's right. So what we'd like to transition for the last 25 minutes is just talking about traveling. It can be any kind of traveling, and talk about some cruises we're looking at and see if anyone can recommend them. Nancy likes to take her little cookie break in between. So
I'm going to have one of my J&N cookies. You can have the frog or the J&N. Which
whichever
one would you
one.
like?
Whichever one.
Okay, I'll hand you that. And we'll have a little snack. I will share.
You know, Dan, that's all I can think of. It's a leaf.
Oh, has Dan seen one?
No. He says you would have eaten it though. It does look like a piece of salad or something, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, Larry, you're getting a van, I guess, right? And
Larry's getting a
it's going to
van.
be interesting to see how your traveling goes because he's got a van he's getting,
Oh.
and he's got some road trip planned.
Oh, good.
But he also has a couple cruises in 2022 planned.
Wow.
And it's going to be interesting what path he takes. We'll be following that.
So when you're getting a van fairly soon?
John, get a haircut, I know this.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, a little bit. A wee bit. Thank you for noticing. So we've been looking at, Danny just got back, and I'd love to hear some of his highlights, just where he went. We went to state parks. We're looking at still trying to get on the cruise in October, and I've not narrowed it down. The big thing, if any of you guys are looking for cruises this fall, is slowly but surely they're adding cruises online.
Yeah.
And what was not there 2 weeks ago is there now. They just added one last night that I found where I missed it before. But we're looking to do one. We're going to cruise out of Florida next year, but we're looking to do one that we can drive to the port this year.
That would be good. Yeah.
Because of vacation time and stuff. So the 3 spots we're looking at, actually 4 spots, is Boston, New Jersey, New York, and Baltimore. Well, Boston doesn't seem to have anything right now.
No.
I've been looking to, hopefully something will pop in there. But we have noticed 3 cruises. One's out of New York on the breakaway, NCL, that's going to Bermuda.
Ooh, we've
been to Bermuda 3 times, but we love Bermuda. We wouldn't mind going back.
We've never seen the other side of the island.
Right. Second one's on the Pride, which a couple of you had mentioned, I think, last week that you were actually going on a Pride cruise in October. So I want to get specifics of that. The third one's the Oasis out of New Jersey. Can anyone recommend any of those ships? Does anyone? And what do you guys have planned for October? You know, Raphael, I'm glad you, I didn't know if I brought that picture up again. I sent it to Sean to help in his the flow ride. Raphael was still impressed with my phone on the flow ride. And I sent it to Sean, who's doing that group cruise next year. I thought this would be a great public picture for him to bring more people into the fold. So
I'm glad I
think we're meeting Raphael now.
That'd be awesome.
Danny says we have tons of footage that will be coming out on vlogs. We are dedicating our lives to fun and interaction. Yeah, I assume you'll be doing something on Saturday.
Yeah, I look forward to seeing them.
Not sure what that, but he came up and did a couple lives that were interesting too, at different spots.
Oh, good. I want to see that as well.
Are you going on the group cruise in October 2022? Yeah, I was one of the first ones, I think, down for that. I wasn't sure, Kenny, till I heard you're going to be on it. Now,
Now we're sure.
there's so many people that things building up now that,
Well, that's going to be
Dynamite.
exciting.
let's see. Are you not on the Halloween cruise at LLL? No, we actually tried. Me and Nancy's concentration this next 2 years was to get on a group cruise.
Yeah.
Sherry had a great one going to Alaska.
I
And
would
it
have
was looking
loved
for
to
a
have
group
done
cruise.
that. Yeah.
Nancy's dying to go on it, but
I
it's
am.
really close to some stuff going on. So we
Yeah,
can't commit to
can't-
that right now.
Can't commit to that one.
Who knows if last minute we do it. Then a La Liga Loca sounded like a real fun one. That I tried getting on that, and it's full.
Yeah.
It was full when I tried getting onto it. So I have a theory that these ships are full because they're only taking lower capacity right now.
Right.
Then all of a sudden, if the capacity opens up, all of a sudden you're going to see a vacancy in a lot of these
That's
group
true.
cruises.
That would,
So I'm just keeping my eye on all this stuff. Hello, BDF.
BDF.
Welcome in.
Hello.
That's Keith.
Yes, Keith from BDF.
Keith, who's turning old this week.
60?
No, 59.
Oh, 59 and Holden.
Yeah, that's right. You're smart, Keith. You're going to just keep telling people it's
You're
59.
Well, happy birthday this week.
I'm not sure what day it is. Oh, I guess this answers the question. As Danny says,
What?
hey, Keith, one more day. So,
One
so
more
I assume it's
day.
tomorrow that he's, what's today, the 9th? So it must be the 10th, right, Keith?
So will you be considered a senior citizen and get senior citizen discounts now? I remember when I got a free soda at one of the fast food restaurants because I was a senior.
It's kind of
I was
insulting
like,
in one way
thank you.
because
I guess I looked my
we
age.
walk in, right? It wasn't like we said to you, I was senior discount.
No.
You walk in and she hands you a Coke and you go, oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Well, no, that's for part of the senior deal.
Yeah.
It's like, wow.
Oh, okay.
There's a little bit of an
I guess
insult.
my wrinkle cream wasn't working.
Danny's going to be on a group cruise, and his next time they go cruise on a group of 4. You don't have anything planned, though, Danny. Danny actually had, if I remember correctly, Danny, you had an Alaskan group cruise
He did?
that we were eyeing also. This is back before the pandemic.
Oh, before the pandemic.
And that we were eyeing, even though I think it was from the West Coast. And that's one thing that I don't know how many times we get to the West Coast. So
Yeah.
we want to kind of combine it with a Alaskan cruise and some other stuff over there. We have a friend up in Canada that he's looking at booking the second cruise out of California, at least from San Diego. And he goes down and hits the Tahiti and Hawaii and
wow, Tahiti.
all those fancy those islands down there. I would love it. It's a 28-day cruise.
Wow, 28.
Okay, isn't that incredible?
Oh, yeah, that is. That's incredible.
Oh, okay. So it was still coming up because the Alaskan cruise got canceled.
Danny's Alaskan cruise
Yeah,
got
it would
canceled.
have been in 9 days.
Okay.
But that's funny how that is now because now they're opening them up. Well, I guess they're not opening them up till next month, though, right?
Mm. Yeah, Alaska's on my list. I'm definitely going to do it.
But has anyone in here been on the Breakaway? That's NCL. The Pride, which is Carnival, or the Oasis. Wait,
Well, I'm gonna
I
go-
didn't even realize I picked 3 cruise lines by mistake. The Oasis, which is RCL. Well, that's, it's hard to find that. It's 11-day out of San Francisco because that's what I would love to do that. We were looking at possibly doing if we did Alaskan, doing a back-to-back. Actually, it's called back-to-back. I think it's where it returns to the same port. So you have to do it as a back-to-back, but
Do you think this is the Carnival cruise line? I got my souvenir from the Festivale.
it really dates you.
That dates me right here. This I still have it though. They gave this free. I didn't pay for this. This was a gift.
How many of you people even remember
How many
that
people
shit?
how many people remember the Carnival Festival? Festivale? I said it right.
That's about. Well,
Yeah.
the Mardi Gras.
That's my souvenir, and I still have it.
The Mardi Gras, which just sailed into Florida over the week. No, not over the weekend. A couple days ago. Is a rename of I think they had a Mardi Gras at the same time the festival.
Oh, really? Yeah, it was my first cruise. Did you ever get a souvenir from your
Well,
ship?
the funny thing is that's an ashtray.
I know it's an
And
ashtray, but
that, now that'd be taboo.
yeah, I don't use it as I put some jewelry in it on my dresser. I took some off. Yeah, this is an ashtray, right? But I love it. It was my first cruise, and I still have it.
But you know what the big difference
Yeah.
is? You know what the funny thing, the irony of these three ships is that one, I think it's the Pride is a relatively small ship. I want to say 88,000 tons. And the Breakaways in the middle, I don't know, around 133,000 tons maybe to 167,000 tons, somewhere in there. And the Oasis is 225. So we're talking three extremes here. And I'm still not sure which of the ship sizes we prefer. But we want to try as much as we can. Oh, that's right, Larry. I forgot about that. Larry's anniversary, is it today?
His wedding anniversary?
Yeah.
Wow, how many
It might
years?
be today.
15 or more?
No, it was 8. It was like 8. Remember we looked it up? We were watching his video.
I don't remember how long
Yeah.
he's been married. That's
It was
why
like 8 years or something.
I thought it was like 14 or
I'm
15.
Sure
But
he'll let
Larry
us know.
will correct us. Yeah, your wedding pictures were pretty. I liked the fact he was all in white and they were on the beach. He's very nice.
Okay, so Raphael would have you sailed the Oasis? I agree with you. We definitely want to experience that time in our life. It's like 225. You were out of the room, but it's 225 tons. The Oasis.
The Oasis,
ship.
yeah.
And it'd be great to experiment at least once. Even though we think we like the smaller ships, it'd be a great experience. But
yeah,
it's his 7th, but they've been together 9 years.
Yeah.
And is it today, Larry?
Only 7?
Yeah.
Oh, you're still kind of a newlywed. Only 7. Oh boy, don't get the 7-year itch. I'm just kidding. I couldn't resist.
Yeah, that's the one. Well, if you look in the background there, though, the Flow Rider is. I think they have 2 of them on those bigger ships, the Oasis and the Anthem, and they also have that the arm that goes up with the tower.
Oh yeah.
They have the park, the New York Central Park.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a lot of cool things on that just to do something different. Okay, it's June 10th, so it's tomorrow.
June 10th is.
So you get his anniversary and you get Keith's birthday, both tomorrow.
Well, have a wonderful time celebrating, Larry and Amanda. And we look forward to meeting you. I think it'll be a blast.
Are you guys going somewhere special, Larry? He had talked about, he actually put on, I think it was his Facebook page or what, but he actually put on a picture of a resort they were going to go to.
Oh.
I don't know if he's still doing that or not.
Well, you can make a Mexican meal and relive your
That's true, though, right?
Wedding in Mexico by making a Mexican meal, and
because they did a location wedding, right?
yeah,
if I remember.
they did. Yeah, I remember seeing beautiful pictures of the 2 of you on the beach. It's very nice.
So, what are the cruises, guys, that you're taking? And anyone out there been on the Pride? That's the one I'm really curious about. If it's too small, it's fine. We went on the Gem, which I absolutely love.
Yeah, we love the Gem.
The Gem for NCL is a little bigger than the Pride on Carnival, so I was totally turned off against the Pride. And then I was reading up on it. They have more on the Pride than the Gem had, or the Dawn had, or the Spirit had, which were all along with NCL. They've got the mini golf course.
I like mini golf. I think that's so much fun. It's so relaxing. And, I'm not athletic, so I can do that. I can handle mini golf, so. Because I won't do the rope course like you do. I'm scared of heights, so I won't do that. But I like playing mini golf, and I like participating in some of the trivia games. That's fun.
Yeah, I mean, and you can do those on any of the ships.
Yeah,
so it's what facilities they have that. We always like the miniature golf.
Yeah, we always have.
And what was the one we went on? Was it the Escape that had the bocce?
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, I like that too. I could play bocce.
And we have big slide fans.
Yeah, oh yeah.
And that was the one thing, the Gem, the Dawn, and the Spirit, the ones I just mentioned, had terrible slides. They had one dinky slide or something. Now these ships have something fantastic. I mean, one of the biggest throw was when we were doing the
on the Bliss.
Yeah, those slides.
Those were a blast. Yeah, we had so much fun on those slides. Getting up the steps are a little hard, but once you're up there and you go down, it's so much fun. But carrying the tube up the steps, it's a little taxing on your body. But once you get up there and you get to go down the slide, it's worth it.
It is. Keith has a 3-hour birthday show tomorrow night.
Ooh.
And I'll probably watch that from work. That's where I end up doing. We work. Nancy works all second shifts. I work the nominations second, third. So a lot of the time when I'm watching videos, YouTube videos, I'm at work, which is a bummer a lot because people bring people up. And I like to get into the group, and you can't do it at work.
Yeah.
Let's see. Larry said, "Thank you. Can't go anywhere. Change of plans on the resort. We are looking at going out to dinner with the in-laws." Well, that's nice.
That's
Nothing wrong with
nice.
that.
No, that sounds nice. Have a wonderful evening.
Keo Sketches, Oasis is the bomb.
Oh, really? Yeah.
So she's been on that.
Yeah. Nice.
We're talking Oasis, right? Yeah, Oasis, because that's the big one. And then the next one, the one that comes in the next month, I think, is the Anthem, and that's smaller. But it still has a flow rider and the tower and stuff. Larry says, looking at the Pride right now, what cruise are you booking? You know, Larry, we're hoping to, if we did that one, like I said, it's between these three right now. I'm hoping something opens up in Boston or something better opens up in New York. But if we did the Pride, we were just looking for maybe to do a back-to-back or something in October. It's definitely going to be October.
Yeah, definitely in the fall.
So November.
You know that for sure.
Right. Well, because a lot of these are not going down to the Southern Caribbean. So if you go in November, if you remember, we've done that before. It's not as warm. The stops, I can't remember. Larry, you're looking at the stops, but I think it was like Port Canaveral and Freeport, Bahamas. Well, those are northern. So you're not going to get the real warm weather.
Yeah.
So that's the tough part.
I just want to go into the Caribbean Ocean.
Andy said the only ship the boys and Kimberly have been on is the Vista, spoiled from the start. Wow.
Oh.
So you're not basically a just a carnival guy, Danny. You're just, that just happened to be the ship you're on. Because that's the thing. I don't want to get, we're so looped into the NCL. I consider us NCL experts to a point, but we want to, last Carnival cruise, we both went on Carnival cruises before we got married. Right. And I went on two and Nancy went on one, and they were, I went on the Holiday, and yours was the
Festivale. I showed my ashtray,
right.
yeah.
And it's like many years ago.
Many years ago.
Over 30 years ago.
That was my first cruise. Festivale. I got my free ashtray. You think it's worth anything?
Sure. I'm sure there's someone on that would from memory would buy it.
I love it.
Advertise it.
That's why I keep it on my dresser, and I put my earrings in when I take them off at night, and I just use it for that. And I've had it on my dresser for 30 some odd years. That's why I knew where it was.
Oh, that's great. KO Sketches said we're on the Symphony for a back-to-back in September.
Oh.
Where's that out of? It must be out of Florida, right? I'll be drawing random victims the whole time on the ship.
That's really cool.
Oh, that's funny.
That's awesome.
So I guess we get on that ship, we get a second picture, right? Yeah, I'm curious. They must be out of Florida, I'm guessing. Keith said 8 to 11 p.m. tomorrow. Okay, so that's I'll be working till midnight, so I'll have to poke into that.
I'll be working 3 to 11, and
right.
I can't look at anything at work. I actually work at work. Kidding.
Larry says October 2022 with a question mark.
Oh.
Why a question mark, Larry? Okay, Danny's been on 3 cruises. 1 on Princess, 2 on Carnival. We like Carnival. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, and NCL doesn't really cruise on the neck of the woods unless they're going to Alaska, I don't think. Carnival seems to be everywhere. They're a U.S. cruise, you know? They just pop out of everywhere. No, you are absolutely right, Tommy Dodson, and that's what we're looking at now. Just trying to spread it. That's why I was looking at MSC, because MSC looked great to us. The ship looked beautiful, but
the ship was beautiful.
We haven't heard a lot of positive stuff about it. So now it's kind of dropped from our top 2 down to
I enjoy, the food is a big factor, and so isn't the entertainment. I would hate to be disappointed with, both.
Well, the big thing they were saying on and this is recent, this was within a month. I can't remember the channel that was on the ship, but they did not like the quality of food or the variety of food.
Jeez.
So they got nothing going for it. I want to at least have a fallback where I can go get a good burger or a good piece of pizza.
Yeah.
If nothing's tasting good.
Yeah, you'd be disappointed because I'm not as fussy as you, but still.
I know.
I
still want my bottom line stuff.
Yeah.
It's always something that surprises me food-wise on the cruise that you didn't expect.
I mean, you enjoyed Indian cuisine, and that's something you never experienced before.
Well, I wouldn't say cuisine. There was a couple items there that I liked.
Yeah.
Danny says, my first cruise was 2014 in Alaska. College graduation gift from my grandpa. Oh, that's a nice gift.
Oh, wasn't that a nice gift?
That was a princess one.
Nice. What a wonderful thing for your grandma to do.
The old Captain Stubing cruise.
Yeah. That's awesome.
So you've done Alaska, Danny. Would you? I guess you were going to go back this year. So I was going to ask you if you would do it again, or if it was one of those things you'll try others. But you were going back. But that could have been because his wife and kids hadn't seen it.
Yeah,
maybe you wanted them to experience it.
Sure, you got to see Alaska.
People not guess. His home port's Galveston.
Oh.
Now, Raphael, you're over there too. Is your port Galveston or?
Galveston.
It'd probably be the same one. That would be, and that's the one that Carol now is talking that's going to be that's their cruise port of choice right now. From what I just read, that could change by the time I look at it again. They're kind of scorning Florida a little bit because of the governor there, and they're going over to California. To Texas. I guess it's supposed to be running two. I read that right. 2 cruises out of there next month. Did they say what month that was? Let's see. That would be, in July. Okay, so it's 8.5 miles away. See, our Boston port is about 2 hours.
Yeah.
New York and New Jersey, would you say 5?
I was going to say.
Well, the way we drive, we get lost. It's 5 anyways. And then Baltimore would be like Danny's thing here, about 8.5 hours.
I remember on the way home, you were talking to our daughter, and you missed a turn, and you ended up paying the toll twice.
Oh.
Yeah, I think you were so mad.
It was in the city.
Yeah,
it was
in
a
the
very
city.
expensive
And you're
toll.
talking to our daughter, and you're like, geez, I just missed the accident. We had to turn all the way. Oh, God, it was frustrating.
Larry says, you are saying looking at Pride Cruise in October. I was wondering if you meant, no, I'm talking 2021. Like, we're hoping to get on a cruise ship this October if stuff clears up.
I want to go on a cruise in October.
Yeah, our fallback, we've been talking is Disney World, which we still dying to go to, but we're looking to spend extended time next year in Florida. So we thought, well, maybe what we'll do is go next year to Florida and buy an annual pass.
Yeah.
And really hit Disney, right, and then do a cruise this October. Yeah. So, I'm talking 2021.
Yeah.
Okay. So for Raphael, it's Galveston too.
Galveston, Galveston.
Yeah, and that's the thing I'm noticing. Little by little, they're peaking up. I've been in the habit now where I'm just for the fun of it. I just enjoy looking for them. I'm checking cruises every day just to see what's out there. And I'm hoping all of a sudden you're going to start seeing some pop up that are more than 7 days long.
Yeah.
So I'd rather do a longer cruise than the back-to-back cruise. But
our last cruise that we took, was that 12 days or 14? It was 14.
When we started, we did like 3 years in a row, I want to say, of 7-day cruises. And they really, it wasn't long enough.
No,
you lose the first day and you lose the last day on the ship.
Yeah.
And all the stuff you go through to get on the ship. So we really didn't want to do that. So we want to extend it. Well, we looked at, we like to go in the fall.
Yeah.
That's our favorite time.
Yeah.
There were tons of cruises out there that were anywhere from 10 to 14 days long. They were actually cheaper than the 7-day cruise we paid.
Yeah. It's funny because when you mentioned, the 12-day cruise, I thought that was going to be too long, and now it was great. I would do longer.
Yeah, I mean, someday we'll try that. If we get some kind of great deal.
I don't know about a 28-day cruise, but
see, I would do that, but you might not want to do it. But who knows? You know what's going to happen? We're going to get back on the cruise and we're going to like it more, or you're going to say, okay, this is fun, but
we'll do something else.
A week or two is plenty.
Yeah,
that's how we're going to end up looking at it. Danny says that's where the Vista is. Okay, it's supposed to be the first stop back here in the U.S. Yeah, okay, so Texas is a big one now. It's a bummer for Florida. This guy was so gung-ho with the cruise lines, and now he's making it so difficult for them to start up.
Yep, that's too bad.
Our home port is Vancouver. It's roughly 3.5. Okay, I was just going to ask you how far that is. So 3.5 hours. So you might be better off just driving to the port. You'd have to compare what it would cost you to pay for parking there. I don't know. Vancouver's probably more expensive. We usually in Boston we were paying $26 a day.
Yeah.
In New York we were paying. Okay, we didn't. Okay, that's what we paid in Boston. New York we would have paid $46.
I was going to say we got the package deal.
And I don't know what it is in Baltimore or New Jersey, but the big thing with most of the ports, I've been doing research on Baltimore. I've done both New Jersey and New York, and they have great. This is a plug for another one of our videos. I did a video on this, a plug for the packages.
Mm-hmm.
So if any of you are debating the issue, take a look and see what the hotels offer as packages, because we've done this the last 3 or 4 years. Basically drive down to New York.
Yep.
We paid, it was somewhere between $200 and $300. And what that did is it included the buffet breakfast the next day at the hotel, a night lodging at the hotel, so you go down the day before.
Yeah.
It included your shuttle back and forth to the ship.
That was nice.
So it was everything contained. If you think about it, if you're paying $26 a night.
Parking. Did you say parking?
I don't know if I said parking. They include the parking there for the length of your cruise.
For the length of your cruise.
So if you do the math, I mean, you're going to pay more than that just for the parking alone.
Right, just the parking alone.
And you feel your car is. We felt the car was very safe. It's a lighted lot.
Yeah, I think
on the outskirts.
Yeah, we felt very safe. Yeah.
So look at that if you're looking to plan anything.
Yeah, that was a good deal.
And he says New Orleans is the second closest. Have you been to New Orleans, Danny? Like just the area itself? That's another one of the things on our list. We have a list of 10 years of stuff that we're hoping to accomplish in 10 years.
I know.
And one of them is to go down to Texas,
spend
a week in Texas, and then a week on a cruise out of Texas.
Right.
Go to New Orleans, spend a week in New Orleans, and then a week on a ship out of New Orleans.
Right.
California is still the one that's up in the air because it's such a long flight.
Yeah, I don't like long flights, but I'll do it to get to Alaska.
Home port is anywhere I can get by plane. Let's see. I do mock bookings daily also. Yeah, you must be doing a lot of those, Larry, because that would be the thing now is just trying to figure out what all this costs. The other thing that I haven't looked into that I'm very curious about is insurance now. Is it about the same? Is it skyrocketed? Does it cover all the stuff to do with, if you contracted anything? Galveston. Oh, I didn't know they even had 2 terminals, though it's small for sure. And then they redo that, a multi-million-dollar redo on Galveston. Heard it's supposed to look very nice right now. We don't fly a lot on a teacher's salary, laughing out loud. We, like Florida, you would think we fly to Florida. We haven't flown, well, even when we're going down there, most of our trips we're driving. And aside from the cost of the plane, we want to load our car up with stuff.
Yeah.
We'll actually load our car with food, with toys, with all these extra things that you couldn't possibly bring in an airplane.
Yeah.
And it's actually getting very expensive now to rent the car down there. So
no, we the last time we flew to Florida, I think it was for a honeymoon. I believe, or maybe. I take that back. We went with my parents in early '91. Right. That's correct.
With the kid. Well, we went with the kids at one point too.
That's right.
And the funny part is that our last time on an airplane was out of our control.
Yeah, we were forced to fly.
Our ship broke down.
Yeah.
And they trudged their way over to Barbados and loaded everyone at 3:00 in the morning.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Of course, I'm exaggerating a little. They had to plan this out for a couple of days, but they put us all on the plane at 3:00 in the morning and flew us back to New Jersey, which wasn't where our car was. So then we had to hire a cab that cost us $60 or $80. What was it?
It was $80.
$80 to just get back to our hotel.
Yeah.
Larry says Seattle Port is roughly 6 hours away, dependent on the border cross. Okay, so he can go down to the U.S. if he had for like an Alaskan cruise.
Oh, good. Oh.
Larry, is that on your list? Because I think I've heard a lot of the cruises, and I don't remember hearing Alaska. Is that one of your? Hey, welcome in, Chia. Thank you for joining us.
Chia, hi, Chia.
I married one of those and understand that for sure. I think he's talking about teachers.
Oh, yeah. Well, our son-in-law is a teacher.
Oh, it's so funny. I told this story before. We always planned our vacations around
Yeah, 'cause
around Florida, going in the summer, kind of like
Yeah.
TJ does and Kayla does, and because of the teaching aspect.
Right.
And well, it was a kids in school first, and then you were in
I
the
had
school
a
system.
job as a paraprofessional, and I was in the school system, and then when we were all out of the school system, our daughter marries a teacher.
Right. So it's kind of very ironic.
Back in the school system.
Larry has family and friends in Vancouver, wouldn't need to park, but that's great. And they could drive you right to the port, too.
Yeah.
Let's see. Just lost something. Okay, there it is. Just the way these stupid things work.
Oh my goodness.
See if I can get back up there. Okay. Tommy said we enjoyed a few days. We stayed in Vancouver. Next place, though, the transit system was confusing to us. Yeah.
Mhm.
BDF says Florida. It's 2 days drive from the northeast Kansas, and Texas is within the same day. It's not sure. Yeah, our drive, we always say it's 30 hours.
Yeah.
Technically on a map, as a crow flies, it's like 22, but I do 99.999% of the driving.
Yeah.
We drive straight through, so there is a lot of power naps that we
Yeah.
do. Let's see. For new visitors, transit can be confusing, but it really is very simple to navigate compared to others around the world. Yeah, remember how long it took us in Boston just trying to do the yellow line, the green, not the yellow line, the green line, the orange line,
Yeah.
trying to figure out where to go. We lived there all lives.
Yeah. I would get nervous. Yeah. The TO is making me.
Larry said he's love to pay the flight price in the U.S. I'm not even sure where they're at, Larry. I haven't even looked at, because we have nothing planned right now. We're going to fly, so I haven't even peeked at them. But if suddenly a great cruise came across, then I would start looking at that.
We have plenty of vacation time and nowhere to go.
Yeah. Okay, Danny said, I went to New Orleans in college.
Oh,
I'm
really?
Catholic, but went mission trip. Oh, wow, Baptist Student Union.
Yeah.
Spent the day looking for Bourbon Street and watching March Madness and Hooters. You sounded like a good Catholic boy, Danny.
Oh gosh.
Hopefully, you didn't take a lot of pictures or come back with anything else
Oh my goodness.
that they would frown on. Larry said I fly out of Seattle quite a bit, cheaper flights, but they're changing that to the ultra low cost carriers. Okay. Yeah, we will start having a peek at that at some point.
Yeah.
But like at that one that Raphael was talking about, the Mardi Gras, all of a sudden that opened up. I'd be so tempted to try and get on that.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Keith said, in 6th grade, my teacher let me get ahead of the other students in work to the curriculum schedule, and I made either an average A+. Nice. Very nice.
What did you do? Can you read that one more time? I didn't
In
miss that.
6th grade, my teacher let me get ahead of other students in schoolwork,
Okay.
even ahead of the curriculum
Oh,
schedule,
wow.
and I made either an A average or an A+. So very good.
Nice.
He was ahead of the curve, as they say.
You went to the head of the class.
Welcome in on the Daily TV. Thank you for joining us.
Hello.
Tommy says, is it possible you to book, he's talking to Larry, book via a U.S. website and pay in U.S. dollars versus booking on a Canadian portal may be cheaper? That's a good question.
Yeah, it is.
Like if you're going to book one, if someone's going to book one through Larry,
Yeah.
and they call Larry and Larry's doing it from Canada,
Yeah.
can he actually go through a site in the U.S. and book it through the site? I wonder how that works, Larry. How does that work?
Larry will inform us.
So, on the average for me to fly anywhere in the U.S. out of Vancouver, no more than $400 Canadian return. That's $330 U.S.
330 US. 400 Canadian, 330 US.
Interesting. Okay,
Yeah.
so you'd still book in U.S. dollars,
Mm-hmm.
I guess, if you're from the U.S.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, Nancy, the hour went very quickly.
Yeah, that went fast. We appreciate all of you being here. It was a lot of fun.
We don't know what we're doing Sunday yet, but we have a live Sunday. Hopefully, Tanisha will be joining us again.
Yeah.
And hopefully, we'll put a game together again.
Yeah.
And that's Sunday at 4 o'clock.
4 o'clock,
Nancy will
Sunday.
be back. She's not working Sunday.
No, I'm off the weekend.
So we want to thank everyone for coming in. And We hope you have a nice day. Hope it's warm where you are and you can enjoy your days.
Enjoy the rest of your day and stay young and have fun. See you Sunday, I hope.
Have a good one,
Bye.
everyone.